Hey everybody, welcome to Ron's Computer Videos. Something kind of cool happened. David Murray, the 8-bit guy, has been working on a game that's called Attack of the PETSCII Robots. PETSCII meaning like the Commodore PETS version of ASCII with all its special characters and things like that. But the thing that concerns us here on this channel is that they just released a version for Apple II as well. It's going to be retail boxed and things like that. I can't wait. I want to play it now. So I went ahead and I spent the $10 on the digital copy, and we're going to go ahead and I've got my Color Classic with my Apple IIe Card installed, and I figured this would be a fun place to try it. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to work on this from sort of the aspect of somebody that has most of the tools that they would need to do this, but not everything. I'm very fortunate that I've got a, the drive card and the, or the cable for the darn tootin' thing. And not everybody has that, and there's a real shortage on those. So I did a cool video. I might link to it in the doobly-doo, who knows. But anyway, what I wanted to go ahead and do is we're going to do this as if all you have is a Mac compatible with the Apple IIe card and a floppy, plus another little fun tool, a USB serial cable. So what we're going to do is we're going to use ADT Pro, which is a really cool program for transferring applications to your Apple II. We're going to use that to transfer the PETSCII Robot game to our floppy. Let's begin. All right, let's go ahead and let's make sure that everything is properly configured over here on our PC. Isn't this manual cool looking? I can't wait to get a printed out copy of this so I can really sit down and kind of dig through this. But I did want to point out that on the compatible systems list, the Apple IIe Card is not listed. So we may be sort of like the Franklin Ace here, working in untested territory. But we'll give this a shot. So anyway, I've got ADT Pro on my machine, and every machine is different, but this USB to serial adapter is set up on COM3, and I have it connected. It says that it's connected, so we've got a good link to the Macintosh. But what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to make sure that in our ADT program where we've launched this from, that we have a copy of the 800K ProDOS ordered disk image. Make sure that that's in there so that way that it'll actually show up when we get a directory. And now this is going to take a tiny bit because we have to actually bootstrap our Apple or our IIe card so that way that we can connect to it. So let's go ahead and we're going to set this up so that way it's ready. But let's go ahead and let's check our IIe card just to make sure that we have everything configured correctly over there. Okay, over here on the IIe card, I want to make sure that I've got a couple of things set up. So the serial port, we're going to have it at the maximum speed of 19.2. We'll see how that goes. If we have some issues, then we might have to slide that back. But we want to make sure that we have our smart port volume, which includes 3.5-inch discs and things like that, and virtual hard drives. Make sure that that is in slot 5. And on the smart port section, we want to make sure that the floppy drive on our Mac is showing up in there, so that way that we'll get 5.1 sort of in those ProDOS utilities, so that way that we can actually write something to a floppy. So this all looks good. Let's go ahead and we're going to restart our IIe. And we should end up at a prompt here in just a second, and we did. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to type in IN number 2, and then we're going to hit Control A. That's going to bring up basically our ROM on our Super Serial card. We're going to type 14B. Now this is in a state of readiness. We're going to go ahead and send ProDOS over to this machine over the serial connection, which will take a minute. We'll fast forward it. And then we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing, only we're going to send the image for ADT Pro, which will then allow us to connect kind of as a server over to our desktop PC and send disk images. So let's do that. Hey, this is looking much better. It doesn't look like it's looking much better, but trust me, it's looking much better. So we'll go ahead and we'll fast forward and we'll meet back here in a second. There you go, we have ProDOS loaded. Now, let's do the second step where we send ADT over to the machine. Just like last time, IN number 2, Control A to get the ROM, 14B, and then we'll hit enter on the PC. And we're sending it again. Hey, we made it, ADT Pro. All right, now let's take our floppy, making sure that the write protect tab is not set. And let's go ahead and let's get that disk formatted. Okay, now there was system 4 for the 2GS. I got a million copies of this, so let's go ahead, we'll name it blank, ready to format, yes. And like most things on the Apple II, this will take a second. Hey, successfully formatted. You want to format another? No, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and let's make sure that our configuration is correct. Baud rate, probably need to set that down to 19.2. It's going to default down to 9600 baud since that's what we were using previously. So let's go ahead, and that looks good. We're going to try to receive a file. And there is our PETSCII Robots disk. PO means ProDOS ordered disk. There's our blank floppy. That's going to be our destination, and we wait. And if you you can see, block this of that, but on the PC side, it'll also show you a thermometer that goes across that shows the total copy job, kind of as things run. And since this is also very tedious, we'll fast forward on this as well. Oh, home stretch. Complete. All right. So now we should be able to look at our disk. It still says blank, but oh well, we'll test it here in a second. So, all right, so let's get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and we'll quit this. And hey, what do you know? PETSCII is telling us that we've got actual files on here, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's see if we could just launch this directly from here. This may not work. We might have to actually boot the disk, but let's see. Ooh, it knows we got a 128K machine. Well, there you go. That looks like a success to me. Apple II port. Yeah, very nice. Look at all the great people that worked on this game. Oh yeah, there's supposed to be some adapter that's coming for real Apple IIs with slots and such. So, but anyway, so let's see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. I mean, I haven't played this on a regular old Apple II, so I don't have a whole lot of thing that I could, or anything I could really be critical about. I mean, it's very colorful. It's very pretty. Uh-oh, there's one of those pesky robots right there. Well, probably ought to read the manual. Oh, I guess I can't swim. But yeah, they did an amazing job, especially since the Apple II doesn't really have any kind of special graphical characters in the character ROM. This all just has to be kind of drawn whole cloth, so that's pretty amazing. It's pretty great. Let's see if we can be killed. I know there are some bad robots hanging around that are waiting to take people out. Oh, I thought we could go swimming. Maybe we can't. All right. Well, anyway, that looks pretty good. I'm going to invest some time and actually play this a little bit, maybe later tonight. But hey, I just wanted to share kind of a fun thing of how to take the digital copy and get it over to your Apple IIe card, especially since it did not specifically say that it was compatible. I think maybe another neat test might be to try the card in fast mode and see if there's any kind of errors or anything like that. But that's probably a video for another time. Anyway, hey everybody, have a great night. Thanks again, and Apple II forever.